Senator McGahon, you've got
Yeah,
2
thanks very much,
minutes.
Laski. Minister, just before we wrap up in this debate, there's a couple of points I want to make. The first one is in relation to housing maintenance in my own county of Louth and housing transfers. And the real problem we have, Minister, is that transfers are pretty much non-existent in Louth County Council at the moment. And the reason is because we don't have the proper funding to do the house up, and the rough cost of that is between about 8,000 and 10,000 euro. So the problem there is the council can't do any transfers when they don't have the funding to do the house up to a good standard for a new tenant to move into. So I would really take this opportunity to plead with you, Minister, to look at that funding issue in Louth County Council for housing transfers. It's very important. In relation to HAP limits, again in my county of Louth, a HAP limit for an adult is 575, for a couple it's 650. Those HAP limits are far too small for a single person or a couple to try and rent when you're looking at rents of 1,300, 1,200 in the Dundalk area. So I would really welcome and appreciate it if we could consider reviewing and putting up the HAP limits for single people and couples. I heard everyone talking about eviction notices, and I don't know if it's about my part of the world, but there's some chancers anyway in terms of landlords, because I've seen more eviction notices served to people in the last 2 months than ever before, and they're coming to me in a panic and I'm saying, no, there's an eviction ban, here's the story. The final thing that I'd like to just touch on is I've nearly become like an estate agent on a Monday or Tuesday morning. The amount of people I have from my town coming to me that can't get a supply of housing with renting, and the reason is because people are sticking in their houses, they're not moving around, and we're literally every Monday and Tuesday we go through Daft, we go to every estate agent in Dundalk, we're trying to get these people housing, but it's really difficult. But the benefit of that is, the minute with the housing list in Louth, it's absolutely flying. Like, I'm not being dramatic about it, there's people flying off that housing list because we're building so many houses on the outskirts of Dundalk. It's really, really good, and any politician in Dundalk will tell you that, whether they're in opposition or in government. It's flying. And that's the key to all of this success. It's supply, 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 build, 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 and we get this housing crisis sorted.